You're such an asshole.
Yeah, because we're going to have to ride it on the motorcycle, so we're going to be shimming us up that hair.
Well, you know, maybe it'll get curly then.
The rare GF right over there. All right. God, you guys have been sending long ones. I charge you guys equally for it, but you guys have been sending me long ones. Hi, Aaron. First, I want to thank you for the video you did for me a few months back, 19-year-old actuary. I found it really insightful and filled with good advice. You probably don't remember it. I do remember it because you're the only 19-year-old actuary that's out there. Update, I'll be graduating a semester later now because my college screwed me over with gen eds. Yeah, you gotta give those liberal, poli-sci majors their money. I have another video request for you. Once again, I'd like to be kept anonymous. After reading your post, the authoritative How to Get Girls, fantastic by the way, hearing anecdotal experiences of dating from friends and family, listening to Adam Piggott on adult relationships, and having my own experiences with dating women around my age, I'm starting to question if dating is really worth my time. I think this trends different grounds from the normal girl-related question you usually get. Some things you should know about me. I was the shy, awkward, fat, nerdy kid in high school that wore clothes from Goodwill. Hey, don't knock Goodwill, I still wear clothes from Goodwill. Well, Savers. I didn't really sort myself out as a person until I was almost out of high school. This year, for example, I've lost at least 30 to 40 pounds, gained an inch in height, started running and hitting the gym. I've had friends tell me I've probably raised myself to 6.5, and I'll probably be around by 7 by the end of the year. I have also lived on my own since I was 16 without my parents. That really helped me take stock of my life and be comfortable with myself as a person being alone. A lot of people tell me I'm older than my years, and based on my life experiences, I'd say that's very accurate. Yeah, you didn't have a choice. Like when Maslow's hierarchy of needs forces you down to the first 2 levels, and you gotta eat. Your choices were somewhat similar to mine. Do I eat or do I party and hit on cutesy Amy Q? And it's I think I'm going to eat. Yeah, and it has a tendency to grow you the fuck up real quickly. Whereas now what? Millennials quite literally twice your age are still living at home and nowhere near as mature as you because mommy and daddy keep bailing them out. Age is really just a number for me. I'm 18 and I act like a guy in his mid-20s. Yeah, I tested my IQ a few months back around 125, and my best friend watches your videos too. Thinks I'll probably be close to 140 by the time my brain is done growing. Yeah, you're probably higher now, and then it goes down if you don't study. That's basically what it has nothing. Your IQ is your IQ at that point in time. I think that also plays a factor in how I act older than I am. Maybe. I'm now in college in New York City, aka the neoliberal utopia, graduating in 2 years. I've gone from being literally awkward around women, friend zone, nerdy teenager, to being very comfortable going up to and talking to women, progressing things physically, being sarcastic, funny, interesting adult. Right. Once you starve, women are really, it's only if you had everything bought and paid for are you afraid of women. But if you face starvation and malnutrition and it's what? Ask around, the word she says is no? Okay. Oh. Being physical, sarcastic, interesting adult. In fact, women will come up to me and talk to me now, so getting girls isn't the problem. I fairly easily get women to show interest. I have pretty much everything going for me. I'm not a bland drink by any means. I've had quite a life for being only 18. I'm continually improving myself every day. Right, now reverting back to that article, you did go through a galvanizing experience. That's called raising yourself at 16. So poverty, no parents, no dad, no mom. Raising yourself will turn you into a very interesting man very quickly. And so whereas most people your age are a bland drink of water, you, for an 18-year-old, are a flavored drink. Kool-Aid maybe with a touch of, clove. The problem is finding quality girls around my age. So it's ever since I was a kid, I wanted a relationship, children, family, etc. because I thought that people who had that were happy. But now I'm starting to think it's more trouble than it's worth. I don't care about sex. I haven't since I was 16. I'm a virgin. I'm perfectly comfortable with the idea of waiting until marriage. Wasn't raised religiously. I just have a low sex drive where I don't even lust after the hot girls anymore. I prefer smart, put-together girls. It's survival. That's survival. I don't want a relationship because I'm lonely. I want to make that clear too. I keep a small amount of friends. I'm perfectly happy doing things alone. I usually prefer it in all honesty. I went on a date with a girl last Friday that objectively checked all my boxes for a girlfriend. The problem was that she wasn't even capable of independent thought, had nothing interesting to talk about, and was frankly a bore to go on a date with. I'd rather watch a movie in all honesty. After that experience, I'm really starting to doubt if any women around my age, hell, anyone, including men, are worth my precious time. Even the rare STEM girls are only doing what their parents and society tell them to do. While they may seem like they are the 1%, they're really just as conformist and socially conditioned as the other 99% of women. Well, you're 18. Everyone is. I'm fine with the putting myself out there and talking to people, but conversing with people my age makes me want to blow my brains out. I really only relate to the students in their 20s, professors, even though they're hacks. At least they're smart, and older students who have real-world experience. So my question is, what is the next step? If my goal of marriage, having a kid, and starting a family in my late 20s is unachievable since no one wants to behave like an adult and act independently until they're 30, what should I do instead? I don't want to be the guy that goes MGTOW at 18 and never develops any social skills with women. I don't believe in that crap. Should I keep dating? Even if women are fucking boring, should I date older people? Even if it's more competitive, should I make it about meeting people and being open-minded? I'm often told by friends I'm a closed-minded person. Maybe that's the problem. I want to find someone with a religious background, and I involve myself in activities like that in college. I want to keep building experience with women. I want to make it about fun, not painful and dull. I should just set my expectations lower and not aim for anything serious right now. At the same time, I don't care. You need to learn to write more succinctly is what you need to do. I don't care about and I don't want sex early on. I'm really turned off by slutty narcissistic chicks. The crux of my question, I guess, is this. I found my life experience at college has been really mirroring the one you described for yourself in your videos. The difference being I want kids, don't care about sex, and getting a worthwhile degree. Well, so it's nothing like my college experience. So my question is, with all those things considered, the abysmal quality of girls in college, the fact I have a fair amount of free time with how easy college is, and I'm already working on improving myself every day, what would you do in my shoes if you were to go through college again? I really want to meet someone, but I don't want to waste my time with dating idiots like you've stated in your videos. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions. I really like your definitive answer on this. Thanks, Bess. I won't mention your name. All right. You have two problems faced. They're not problems. They're facts, and they're advantages in the long run. One, your upbringing has basically sent you through a time warp where you have probably, for your generation, the equivalent of a 30-year-old's maturity. You're self-supporting. You ain't got time to fuck around. Resources are very tight. You just don't have the time to waste your time. Then you also have your high IQ. You combine that with the maturity you faced, and you are just not... I know you're a 19-year-old. You have a 19-year-old body, but your mentality and brain is that of a 30-year-old. You have nothing in common with the kids your age. And so what that means is, okay, you're good enough. You make a good father. You're reliable, blah, blah, blah. But it's just way too damn early. And this isn't even their fault, but dude, what did you think 19-year-old girls were going to be like? Yeah, they're dumb. They're 19. So are the boys. They're 19. None of them have to support themselves. None of them. So you are just, it's unfortunate, but you went through a time loop. You're Rink Van Winkle or Perry Van Winkle, or whoever the guy was that slept at the tree. So you're not going to find anyone your maturity level at your age. You're just not, unless it's a very rare woman that went through something similar that you did. The other problem is IQ. So 125, you're looking at top 4 or 5%. 1 in 20 people are maybe going to be able to keep up with you. 1 in 20. And so you take the youth and the immaturity of 19-year-olds, and you take your high IQ. You're in no man's land. There's no one there equivalent or akin to you. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to wait. And that's perfectly fine, because a third thing is no one is ready to get married. No one should be ready to get married and have kids at 19. Neither should you. You have school to attend to. You have a career to establish. And whether we could debate whether women who are in their prime birthing years at that age should start looking at a husband or not, they are also going to college and also primarily motivated by having a career and going to college. No one's going to be ready to get married at least until they're 25 for the women of your age and your generation. And that's time-wise. That's like when they're finally out of college, they got a job, and now they're tackling their student loans. Mentally, they still may not be there. They'll be going back, getting their master's degree, their careers of penultimate importance. And a lot of women just aren't ready to have children until 30. And most women aren't going to be as mature as you. I can tell you, I can guarantee you that. Just because they hit 25 and graduate, they're still going to be just as dingbatty because they haven't paid for anything. Other than going to debt, they won't pay off their student loans. They're still going to be net financially parasitical. They're not going to be a self-supporting adult. They're definitely not going to be ready to get married. That's when they got to go out and party and become the vice reserve assistant diversity assistant director over at the nonprofit down the road. You're just going to have to wait at least a decade before anyone is starting to think about having kids. And so for you, what I'm recommending you do is you keep doing what you're doing. You focus on work, you focus on self-improvement, you focus on your career, your education. I'm not saying don't date. Yeah, go date. Go have, but you don't want to have sex. But I mean, if there's a nice girl, go date her. You might find that nice girl who just wants to get married and have kids. That might happen, but it's a very unlikely statistical possibility. Heck, you're the actuary. Go run some statistics. Go look it up. You could probably run some better numbers. I'd be very curious about the probability of a 19-year-old girl today getting married and having kids. I'd love to see those statistics. But you are going to be wasting your time and your mental faculties trying to date, trying to find a girl, certainly trying to get married at this point in time. So I would just focus on your studies, focus on your degree, focus on your career. If a girl comes along, and they're around. They make up half the population. Don't know if you saw them or not, but one will float into your life, I'm sure. And certainly go on dates. Don't dismiss them. Go and have fun. You can't just study all the time. Go have fun. But once the girl proves that she's, like the one you dated, Dingbat Sue, but don't even necessarily fault them for it. They're 19, right? And they're studying worthless crap anyway. So it's a sit and wait for you. A long, decade-long sit and wait, I'd say. More like a dozen years to get you into the age of 30. But that's how the kids have been conditioned and programmed. If this was the 1800s, it'd be something completely different. You'd be dragged to every city function and every social ice cream. So well, they didn't have ice cream back then, but you'd be dragged to every social the local town square had, and you'd be jammed in front of girls' faces. But we do not live back in those days. So do not waste your time worrying about this anymore. Bigger fish to fry. And the fish you want to catch, they're not even ready to be caught and filleted yet. So, all right, that's it. Cappy going to go hike, do shit. We'll see you guys all later. Toodles.